Hey everybody, it's the Wargaming Guy. Welcome back. And yes, guess what game we're looking at today? Obviously, it's Strategos. They put a demo out on this a while back, and now they're just about to release the full game, and this is the full game to date, at least. So we're going to take a look at this because I found this very interesting the way they've divided this up. First of all, you've got battle simulator, so you make up your own battles. You got campaigns. Let's just look at these. So here you go. You can look at all the outfits, the uniforms. It's got the cartoony kind of faces that you might be familiar with from Second Front, but the uniforms are all very beautiful, and you can change all of the, settings here, like rolling hills, whatever you want. And then, of course, when you're done, you just, boom, start your battle. So that's that. Then you've got campaigns, which go from Alexander, the War of the Diocletian, early Rome, Peloponnesian War, Hannibal, and then First Punic War, Sicily campaign, which is a different color. And it does light up, doesn't it? Let's see if it works. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. But anyway, those are some of the campaigns you can do. And then you've got the tutorial, which we'll come back to. And then this one. Now, I've never seen a game that had a category for reenactments. Maybe I missed a few out there, but I haven't. And in this case, these are actually historical battles that are set up. Now, I actually looked at a couple of them, and they're all pretty big. I prefer smaller scenarios. If you've watched this channel for a while, you know that. So, but yeah. So here we go. It's funny because I just heard this battle talked about in Hardcore History, his last episode as of the time of this recording, which is, I'm recording this on Saturday, January 17th, 2026. And yeah, Alexander crossing the river and doing all that. So anyway, these are some historical battles that you can avail yourself of. And then, of course, there's settings, which is just all the usual kind of stuff. Key rebinds. Okay. So these are the hotkeys, I guess you can set up, and I guess you can probably change and make your own. And then the UI, I've got to say, this is really slick. Miscellaneous, I haven't looked at this. You got a manual, you got a feedback survey. How about that? That's interesting. I like that. That's a good feature. More games should do that. Credits, let's take a look at the credits. Micropros, that's why I mentioned Second Front. Lead engineer, design engineer is Gabe. Just Gabe. He's like Sting. He's like Madonna. He's so famous. He only has one name. But anyway, just kidding. There you go. So that's all that. So let's go back and take a look at the tutorial. Now, I have played through the beginner tutorial. Then they have an intermediate. Then they have an advanced. So the beginner tutorial tells you to do some things. Most of them I could do. There's a couple of things they do in this tutorial, though, that I haven't been able to do yet. So we're just going to go ahead and play this. Elephants routing and generals dying can cause morale shock within a large radius. Okay. I do like this drawing or painting or whatever you want to call it. It gives you a kind of a feel for what a phalanx may have looked like. So here we are. And this is it. So it says PAN, W-A-S-D. So that's W-A-S-D. Or mouse 3 and drag. I don't actually have a third mouse key, but I have the scroll button. Let's see if that kind of flattens it out or comes up or whatever you want to do. If you want to rotate the map, you can go Q or E. Pivot, mouse click, and drag. Hold Alt and Alt plus Shift for alternate pivot modes. I'm not even going to try that one. R and F, obviously you zoom in and zoom out with the wheel like that. And then we will want to actually move this a little bit to just show the computer I know something. Okay, left click on to select and click to drag, or click and drag lasso to select. So you can do the whole lasso thing, you know. And so if you want to select more than one unit or whatever, the changing state icon on the unit cannot be commanded if it's the red arrow. Well, it's like a sword with a arrow or whatever it is. So clear this, close this window, and select your general. Now the general is not always easy to find, but you look for, and see how quick, easy, it just, the map actually tilted just a tiny bit, even though I wasn't trying to make it do that. But you can see there, that's how you know you've got a general. Obviously in this tiny little scenario, we just have one, and this is his command radius, obviously. Non-generals must be within a general's command radius to respond immediately, otherwise they must wait. Click the command range overlay button on the top left to view the command radius, which is right here, which we already can see, of course. A unit waiting for a courier will display the scroll icon on its banner. So when you send an order to make an order for like these guys who are outside the command radius, you'll see a little guy galloping over there, and in the meantime, this will shift and it'll have that little scroll thing on it. Press start, close this window, select your Cretan archers. All right, so what do we got here? We've got Cretan archers. So we left click to select, and as you can see, was I supposed to? I think I'm supposed to press start. Maybe not. I did select. Here we go. Press the projectile overlay button. That's you. This shows the range. Close this window, select your Cretan archers, and right-click on the enemy archers. Now, this is a nice thing. See, I don't have to let me just bring this back. Oops, nope. There we go. You know, I don't have to do a lot to get these guys to engage. I just make sure that that's been clicked, and I just come over here and just right click, and they will move and shoot. So they're going to move forward. Meanwhile, we do have the rest of the army. I think I'm going to take that off. There we go. Press the impetuous range overlay button in the left. Melee units will automatically charge enemies in front of them within this range. Which is interesting. Does that mean melee units will automatically? Okay, because I don't always want my main troopers to do that. You can cycle through the range with the H key by default. Let's try the H key. You can see what I mean by how the map moves around a lot. It is not hard to move this map at all. In fact, I think it's too easy. So, but that's a nice problem to have, I guess. Okay, so let's just turn you off. And it did it again. I'm doing something, but who knows what. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do the draw and select thing. There we go. Okay, right-click and drag, move units from left to right along the desired final formation line. Hold Control while giving multiple move orders to make a path. Hold Alt, right-click, and drag to move a group of units while maintaining facing, and scroll while doing so to change facings. Hold right, Alt-click, right. Jeez. Oh, no, it's just Alt, right-click. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do here is we're going to close this. Now, I don't think you can lose this tutorial. I've run it every time, and I haven't always had the slightest idea what I was doing. So we're going to go and see if that works better. So what if we just move them? Let's just move them straight up. And you can see that they're starting to go there. They do have trouble sometimes when they're crossing through other units. Obviously, that kind of disrupts things or moves things around. See what I mean? The archers, though, are spread apart enough to where. Hold Control to see the waypoints of selected units, which we can't see because you're in the way. Can I move you? Oh, I can. Well, now that's nice. All right, there we go. Current waypoints are in green. Pinned in waypoints are in red. Quay waypoints by holding control while giving multiple move commands to a unit. Close this window and select your Greek light cavalry, which is here. Okay, unit state is over its banner. Receiving a charge, charging, pursuing, evading, routing, recoiling, and melee. Units are commandable only if idle or moving, that is, if they have no visible state standard. Okay. Not sure. Yeah, there goes it, because I accidentally right-clicked. Here goes a guy telling them to do nothing. And you can see they've got that symbol on it. I think I need my window back. Yeah, I do. Oops. Okay, so, am I supposed to go here? No. Yeah, I see that, but is that what you want me to? Okay. Actually, that's not what I want to do. Here. I want you, this is where I get into trouble, is trying to get it to I've got control down. I probably need alt down. So let's just bring you down here. See if that does it. Oops, wrong way. Now we've got couriers going back and forth. Meanwhile, over here, we're not doing very much. So we'll see what's happening. There's his command radius. I would like to move him up, but I'm waiting to see what else. I may just do it and see what happens. I want you guys to move up. Give them a little more support. And you, General, are coming over here. Because we're going to try to flank them on both sides. And we got to wait for the command to get there. There goes the soldier. Blip, 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 blip. You need to move up further. Let's go, boys. Why is this so slow? It hasn't been this slow in the past. It's like they're not engaged. Oh, I didn't tell them. Well, they should charge, but... Oh, great. Cohesion. When units are defeated, they lose all cohesion. Cohesion levels may be reduced by combat, shooting, all that good stuff. Flank attacks cause immediate cohesion drop. Units can be in up to 4 combats at once. You cannot charge through your own units that are already in combat. The tooltip will change if it's blocked. Okay. Okay, whoa, hold on here. Okay, I want you to charge. Why aren't they fight? I've never had this happen before. Of course, it happens when I'm trying to illustrate the game here. Why does all the bad stuff always happen to me? Here, go away. When I'm trying to do a, whoops, gosh, this. There we go. Come on, boys, fight. Now we can't charge through. Oh, yeah, because. Great. Okay. All right. Then come over here. You won't do it either, will you? Go there. Oh, I gotta wait for the... I love how the guys just run right through the battle. Yeah, whatever, dude. Now, they're shifting. They're messed up. Where's my mouse? There it is. We're going to come right in on you. That should... Now, look at how they respond is interesting. So we go in. They held. They're wavering. Come on, boys, fight! You, go after him. That's where their general is. Come on, boys. This is the least fighty group. I won the last one like so easy. This one not so much. Well, go. Fight. Do something. Oops. They routed? That's not good. Okay, now we're sweeping them. Now we're going to win. There we go. They're going to move to attack up there. They've been routed. Looks like. No. No, you failed? No, don't fail. Get in there. Dispersed. Is that one of my guys or dispersed? That's never happened either. Well, leave it to me to play really well and then play crappy when it's time for the for the computer. Yeah. All right, are we going to... Would you, come on, boys. How can you fail? You won so easy last time. These guys have had it. My guys did. They dispersed. They're gone. Well, it looks like they're going to hit you anyway. Okay, they're not. Get them. They don't like that. They're fleeing. We got to kill more people here. That's all there is to it. I need to back this guy up. Oh, there's my boys. And they are. There's no more. Yeah. All right, you guys, do you have arrows? Get in there and shoot. Yeah, I think, no, they're going to come back at me again. Boy, this cavalry, it's pretty resilient. Here we go. There, let's try that. Are you just going to sit there? I guess you are. Whoop. See, I did not want to do that. Now I'm going the wrong way. Here. Come here, darn it. Gee, I'm going to have to check the sensitivity. There's probably something in setting. I can't even find my mouse now. That will let me... There we are. Good. Go after him. Meanwhile, over here... Are you doing anything? Nope. Well, I'm probably going to lose this. In which case... Yeah, I'm wavering. Looks like they're there. Yeah, all right. So we won, but, not by a whole heck of a lot. So that's that. Then you can go back to the main menu from here. Tutorials. Let's try intermediate and see what that's like. I've never seen this one before, and given how badly I just did on the easy tutorial, things are not looking up, people. But there you go. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're much bigger to start with. Rough and trees hinder mounted units and heavy infantry. Hindered units suffer a reduction in their final combat advantage points. Slowed down. Overlapping friendly, non-light, or mounted units also hinder each other, and all mounted units are hindered by the nearby presence of elephants. Light infantry do not cause or suffer hindrance. Okay. Close this window, press the start button, and move your bowmen into the rocky terrain right in front of them. Okay, so... Where's my bowman? I see javelin. I see javelin. I see bowman. Whoop. Wow. Man, this is so sensitive. I mean, it's like super sensitive. No, that's not what that's... Okay, forget that. Just come up here. I gotta get 2 people to tell him to do that. Yeah, you're gonna spaz out now because I messed you up. But we'll fix it in a second here. There we go. All right. Okay, so we did that. Waiting on the tutorial. Here we go. Hills and terrain and sheer distance can block line of sight. Line of sight to units in concealment trees is greatly reduced. A unit in concealment displays a tree icon on its banner. Okay, that's interesting. A unit in terrain has a mountain symbol. You can see that on the archers there. They've got that little mounted symbol now. Unit's banner will also display hindrance icon if it's hindered. There are enemy bowmen in the trees ahead of you, but you cannot see them as they are in concealment. Ha ha! Close this window and send your whatever that is. I passed it to beat the into the trees to attack the enemy bowmen. Note the AI is static and defensive for the purposes of this tutorial. Yes, and I still almost lost. Boy, that's amazing. Okay, we want to send our hypostasia into the trees. The trees are over here. Are you the hypos? You are. All right, so we want to send you up here. As soon as we get moving here. And then he goes back to the commander. That's the part that gets me, is they show him going back. They don't just show him going forward. That's interesting. Now, if I tap this, yeah, there we go. I get it, but it's got to be like if I tap, I think down here it starts to pivot, but I'm not sure about that. Ah, there they are. There's those rotten little guys. Ooh, lots of, yes. I guess that's the number of people that were hit or killed or wounded or something. Probably fatalities, I would imagine. Excuse me, I would imagine. Oh, we got arrows over here, too, going back and forth. You can also use your arrow keys on your keyboard. I'm just discovering this. And they will take you straight 90 degrees from wherever orientation you are at the moment. Come on, boys, get in there. Man, you're taking a long time. There's probably a way to speed this up, but I haven't checked it out yet. Select the hover over the enemy bowman to see their most recently resolved combat details. The number in brackets next to the unit's name is an ID that can be used to track each individual unit, to search for them in the combat log. See the manual and cap charts for specific information on cap matchups. As ranged and melee combats are resolved, the number of casualties will also pop up in yellow or in red if a cohesion test was imposed. Move your hoplites and pikemen into combat with the enemy cardakes, somehow I'm sure they didn't pronounce it that way, to continue the tutorial. Consider keeping your light foot archers in front to screen them from enemy ranged fire as they advance. Your light foot archers. These are not foot archers. So where are my... Oh, are you talking about these guys? That's medium, it says. That's heavy. And obviously these are not light foot. Okay, so first of all, let's come over here. Yeah, so how are we doing here, boys? 5. They're unhindered by the trees. These are severely hindering. Okay. Well, I guess they say bowmen, but we'll just assume they mean javelin. Here we go. Move and shoot. I think our guys can go through the javelin men. That's my thought. The companion cavalry. Ooh. See, these guys are going to end up banging into each other, and it's going to be ugly. Let's move you up as well. Yeah, we're already... I'm not good at maneuvering these kind of things. Probably, unless they're in an absolute straight line, you should do each one separately, I would imagine. But, yeah, they're moving through the javelin guys. So now it's just no cover for you boys unless... Are you guys going to do something? Yeah, you're low ammo. Well, that's great. Move up. Move. Okay, so whoops. To win the battle, you must drive at least 65% of the enemy forces to rout, or only 45 if the rout percent difference is greater than 30. Blah, blah. I won't read all this stuff here. The result of a cohesion test is seen as text pop up over the combat in question, either showing either hold if the unit passed or the new cohesion state, e.g. shaken if they did not. In the settings, you can disable pop-ups and scale the pop-ups, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Units may also take cohesion tests on allies routing and generals dying. Units can auto-break from casualties. Auto-break casualty thresholds are below 60%, 50%, and 40% respectively for raw, average, and veteran units. So I'm assuming, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Select one of your hoplite units to continue the tutorial. I already selected them, sir. Is that a hop? Well, we know you're not hoplites. We know you're just not doing anything. So I'm going to assume... Well, they're all in combat. Except, well, these guys. Okay, line shift modes determine if a unit, when able, will push back enemy units or fall back themselves. Hold their positions or recoil. Use the line shift modes tactically to try and open gaps. What? Okay. You can use line shift modes. Ongoing melees are not yet. Flanked units can switch periodically to melee passive mode, during which combats are not resolved while both sides rest, but units are still locked into combat state. Falling back to such passive mode is part of the line shifting and the historical simulation pulse theory and slows the battle, as there are no combat rounds to be resolved. How do I do this line shifting thing? Only disciplined units may fall back, blah, blah, blah. You can use line shift. How? It's not telling me how. Maybe it'll tell me how. No, it won't. Okay. These guys, yeah, this is not going to go well. Oh well, we'll see what happens here. You guys need to do something. Get off your tuchus. Let's bring you up here. And did they beat me? Or did I? No, I beat them. So we're bringing you right there. I don't care if it's not in the tutorial. I want to have some fun here. You know what I mean? They backed off. They're pushing us back there. You failed. Failure is not an option, sir. Two. Ooh, yeah, they broke all right. Come on, boys. Hurry up. Where do I want my cavalry is the big question. Maybe over here, because we're not doing too well over here. So let's pull you right to here. And I did not want that to turn. You guys are coming up here. And this is... what the heck is going on here? There's... My guys are coming in. They ran off. They're starting to break here too. Maybe. No, maybe they're not. I don't know what's going on. Interesting. I still don't get this whole land shift, mode shift, whatever it is, out. Let's see if they'll do it. Come on. All right. The way they come up and down that hillside is wild. Look at that. Yeah, that's not looking too good. I need to... All right. You guys I can't order because you're in combat. What's going on over here? Nothing. You're not doing what I wanted you to. You're not doing what I wanted you to. How about if you guys just charge straight into these guys? They're falling back to try and stop me. So... there we go. Well, maybe. General advice. Plan your moves ahead of time. Keep most units close to a general. Hold control to issue waypoint commands and view issued waypoint commands. Hold K to highlight all units quickly to distinguish friend and foe. Hold Alt right click and drag, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Generally, you want to give your commands and let the units decide when to charge and who to shoot. Really. But within close range, you can also give manual attack commands. Light-foot units lose cohesion when overlapped by unfriendly or non-lights. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Defeat the enemy to finish this tutorial. All right. We won! Huzzah! Okay, had a little phone call there. If you've noticed a little jump from where we were to where we are now. But anyway, so there you go. So you can, what is that? Oh yeah, that's our settings. You'll notice you have music volume, which of course I enable double click movement. Use thick lasso. What's the difference? I don't really think I need that. Minimum zoom, zoom speed, camera speed. I'm going to slow the camera down a little bit there. Okay. What we're going to do is I think I'm just going to close this one up. That gave you kind of an overview of everything, hopefully, that you'll need to know. The game will come out, is it the 26th or something like that? It is on Steam. It will be on Steam, of course. They have a Steam page up. You can go check that out and have a lot of fun with this. If you're into Ancients, we'll see how this goes on the channel. I'll be picking a battle and doing an entire battle next up on this, so stay tuned for that, and we'll see how it responds. I remember back when Field of Glory, when all that was coming out from Matrix, beautiful game like this one, ancient game, and I got really good reviews for the first one or maybe two, and then they tanked. So I don't know what that says, if it's me or if it's you or if it's both of us. But anyway, we'll just see how all this goes as time goes on. So until next time, it's the Wargaming Guy saying thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you later.